Well, on paper, you'd think this is a solid home banker. Melbourne City, top of the league, unbeaten, and with a handful of Socceroos hopefuls on their last chance to impress Graham Arnold. But this is one of those quirky A-League fixtures. The history book showing that Perth Glory normally do well here at Amy Park. They've lost just the once against City here in the last 6 years. So can Ruben Zatkovic's side, still very much in the early part of an extensive rebuild, upset the apple cart once again here today. So out they come on a bright sunny afternoon in Melbourne. Here's the team news. Couple of changes for City, one enforced, with Thomas Lamb suspended, of course, after being sent off against the Phoenix. That allows for Nuno Reyes to return from injury for his first action of the campaign. The other changes in midfield, where Richard van der Ven gets his first start of the season in place of Taras Kamulka. The Dutchman rewarded for some gritty contributions off the bench. Scott Jamieson remains on the bench, with Jordan Boss again preferred at left back. Andrew Naboot also on the pine, with Marco Tilio retaining his starting spot. There is Nuno Reyes, who's been struggling with that hamstring problem, but now good to go. As for the Glory, 3 changes in total. Johnny Katrumbis is nursing an injury, so Joseph Ford comes in at right back. It's the 19-year-old's first competitive action this season, the 24th different player utilised by Ruben Zatkovic. Jack Clisby returned in a reshaped backline, with Mitch Oxborough dropping down to the bench, and Aaron McInnes a late withdrawal with illness, so Luke Bodnar is in for his first start in almost a year. Liam Reddy becomes just the second Glory player in the A-League era to reach 150 games for the club. Still no Musti Amini, although Luke Ivanovic is back after injury and takes his place on the bench alongside ex-City striker Stefan Kolakowski. So set to go on the pristine surface that is Amy Park. Giordano Colli scored that unbelievable goal last week against Adelaide to get the ball rolling. And last night, Staniel Madrid, it was all about Bruno Fornaroli at this venue. Tonight is 2 former clubs taking centre stage.
Good afternoon, Simon and viewers. I think most of the neutrals would see this at nothing but a City win. Perth Glory really have a point to prove. And as you've mentioned, the stats show otherwise, so hopefully they can produce something for Ruben Zatkovic today. It has been a difficult couple of weeks.
And what do you think about the way that they've set up today, which appears on paper at least to be a 4-5-1? It's going to be a foul in favour of Joseph Ford.
Well, it appears that it's a risk mitigation set up to start with. We know how talented Melbourne City are.
Latchman has time. Ryan Williams. A lot of blue shirts around him in that central area, and it's Leckie who carries the ball away. Looking for the return from O'Neill. It pops out here from Van der Ven. Tilio. Waiting for Tolver to arrive with the O. That's a glorious ball. And only fumbled by Liam Reddy. McLaren was sniffing around the 6-yard box for the opportunity. Still alive for City. Tilio to bend it, and Leckie was only a whisker away from converting. Williams. It's a useful ball. Khalifi onto it. Linking up with Azubel. Only Colli in the box. And joined now by Clisby, who launched himself at it. He's now got to scamper back pretty quickly. A little chop out at Tilio there, but he rode that challenge. Advantage played by Jack Morgan. Outside of the boot by Boss for Leckie. And it's Matthew Leckie. Oh, that was close.
Well, they're getting a lot of joy down this left-hand side, Melbourne City. On that occasion, Leckie was afforded a lot of time and space. You see here, backing off. Joe Ford lets him come back on his right, and touch on that could have been a goal. See Berisha just arriving late at the back post and McLaren across the front post. Well, they're huffing and puffing, Melbourne City.
Now, Tilio onto it in a flash and was quick to feed McLaren. All a bit hurried in the end for City. But Perth almost paying the price. Zach Duncan dallying on the ball, and Tilio was onto it, quick sticks. Just see how this develops. It's O'Neill, beaten away by Liam Reddy, and the follow-up is driven well wide by Valon Berisha.
Oh, well, I was just saying, maybe, you know, a 0-0 away isn't the worst result for Perth Glory. Try and get some stability and some confidence.
Sometimes you might get a card for simulation there. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Here's Jamie McLaren. First real sight of goal that he's had, the A-League men's top scorer this season.
He's a long way out, isn't he? And he's on his left foot, and you can see he just assesses the situation. Just gets under the ball a little bit. Always rising.
So if they can get through to half-time, that will be some sort of a feather in the cap of Ruben Zankovic's team. Nick Norbo issuing instructions. Interestingly, he actually played once against Mark Beavers of Perth in the Championship back in England many years ago. At half-time, they cannot be split. It's been all Melbourne City. They've created 9 attempts on goal, but have found testing Liam Reddy in earnest rather more of a challenge. Matthew Leckie's probably had the best couple of chances, but they've been half chances at best. Not too much from Perth at the other end, but at the break, they'll be pretty pleased with that scoreline, which reads Melbourne City 0, Perth Glory 0. Huffed and puffed in that first half. Let's see if they can get their reward in the second half. Immediately, though, Nuno Reis turns the ball over, and those changes positive Daniel McBreen for Perth Glory, at least on paper. Tom Glover having to come out smartly to head off the possible goal threat.
Oh, well, we spoke about the possibility of the attacking options being thrown on. Ruben Zankovic has duly obliged and said, righto, Kolakowski and Ivanovic, get out there and give us some attacking impetus, because they have had 0 in the first half, if we're being honest.
Played in the Singaporean league for 1 season and won it. And were promptly disbanded. That's how you want to go out, Macca, isn't it? Win the title, that's it.
That's it.
We're done.
We're done. See you later.
Here's Berisha, little sidestep, driving towards goal. It's Marco Tilio, wouldn't sit for him. But guess who finishes it? Him again, Jamie McLaren, who maintains his records of scoring in every game so far this season. Number 6 for the campaign, and City make the breakthrough.
Well, he just can't stop scoring, can he? was a good press from Melbourne City and the Harvey Norman replay, and you see as Berisha picks up the ball here, little dummy and drives, and everyone's thinking he's going to strike it. Nice little touch inside from Tilio, and when the defenders are there to get a touch, there he is, Johnny on the spot, Jamie McLaren, as lethal as ever, tucks it away. And now we're going to have to see Perth Glory come a little bit more. And I'd say it's probably no more than Melbourne City have deserved. Melbourne City with all the play.
It's been the same pattern as the first half. Here's Berisha. Lay off for Tilio, cuts inside. Nodded away by Latchman for now. Khalifi to tidy up. Clisby off balance. How about that from Patrick Kisnorbo, if you don't mind? A little scorpion kick from the City coach.
Give us a smile. Come on, Paddy. That was good fun.
He's still got it. Here we go. Boom. Van der Ven onside, lovely little reverse ball. Leckie to the byline. Just needed that finishing touch. Can Tilio provide it? Not quite. And Perth thump it clear. And the whistle has gone.
I think it was offside. But Berisha on that far side, the initial pass. As we see that substitution being made now. As we look here, I think that's where they flagged. I don't think he was actually, but
And it just crept a toenail off.
yeah, maybe.
Played by Jordan Boss. City out quite comfortably. Tilio through the legs of Bodnar. Leading him a merry dance. Leckie in field, encouraged to shoot. Still might. Leckie! Just a meter the wrong side of the post.
Well, it was good attacking play down that left-hand side from Tilio, forcing the play. As Matt Leckie drags it back onto the left foot. Just rather drags his foot across it. And already perhaps had it covered.
City quickly back on the ball. Only briefly though, given away by McLaren. Bodnar. Williams. Contact from Aidan O'Neill, gives Perth a free kick.
He looks a frustrated figure, Williams, doesn't he, today?
A bit of afters between Clisby and Naboot. Let's quickly go down to Tim Morgan. Tim.
Hey, Simon, every time Leckie was getting the ball on that left-hand side, really felt like he was either going to get an assist or he was going to score. Going to be interesting to see if Marco Tilio can take the same advantage. They've just reshuffled a bit with Andy Naboot coming into the game. They seem to be getting a lot of success up against forward, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes there now.
Thanks, Tim. Here's Clisby for the Glory and Kolakowski. Ball in the box. Well, they finally had a touch inside City's penalty area and a shot from Salim Khalifi. Well wide.
It's a little warning sign, though, for Melbourne City.
Shifts it back towards Aidan O'Neill. City buzzing around the Glory penalty box again. Work wide by Talbot. It's Naboot. And Talbot again. Shoot is the cry from the City fans. They've got a free kick instead. Foul by Kolakowski. He thought it was a little bit soft.
That attack started The wonderful turn from Matt Leckie in his own half. Just here, look at that lovely touch and turn. Straight away on the front foot.
Maybe he shouldn't have. Here's Van der Ven. Little touch there for Tilio. A break for City. Appeal for handball. Quite strenuous appeals as well against Oxborough. And Jack Morgan is just going to hold them up for a moment whilst they check that.
Couldn't quite see from the angle we have.
Jack Morgan, I think, is saying I couldn't see.
Yeah.
It bounces up. Does the arm come out from Oxborough?
Yeah, looks like it.
Van der Ven was convinced.
It's the right arm here as the ball comes past. It flicks his arm up there and stops the ball.
Yep. Penalty it is. Mitch Oxborough, the offender. And Jamie McLaren, who's scored 3 penalties already this season. He's going to have the chance to score again from 11 metres. So let's see if he can outfox Jamie McLaren. The answer is no. He went the right way, but couldn't reach it. Jamie McLaren has a double, and City are 2 clear.
Well, they've kept coming and coming all match. The pressure has been building, and it's no more than they deserve. Jamie McLaren, Harvey Norman replay, cool as you like. Slots it in that bottom corner, wheels away, 7 in 5 for the Melbourne City talisman. And it's a long way home now for Perth Glory. Yeah, well, they really have to throw some caution to the wind now, Perth, to try and get something, try and salvage something from this game.
However, there could be a chance here. Tom Glover's attempted clearance has absolutely poleaxed his teammate. I reckon Nuno Reis might be out cold here. He took that one full in the face. And perhaps understandably, Jack Morgan has blown the whistle and got him attention immediately. Purely accidental. But he flattened his teammate. I'm not sure whether it came off the shoulder first, but certainly struck him in the face.
The way he went down, that's great refereeing to get the medical staff on straight away. You see by the way he goes down there, he's not protecting himself, he's out. Hopefully he's going to be okay, because it's a horrible sight when people fall like that.
So Scott Jamieson will slot in for the final 10 minutes or so. And Nuno Reis will go off to the dressing rooms to be assessed.
Well, he's been consistent at the start of this season, hasn't he? Real leader for this team.
Told it. The boot will pick up the scraps. Leckie. Intelligent ball. Chested back by Van der Ven. Rolled out towards Boss by O'Neill. Tilio. Tilio shoots. It's 3. Straight through. Liaretti barely moved. And Marco Tilio has his second of the campaign, and City surely now have the 3 points.
Well, he's had a good game, Marco Tilio, to back up from last week's performance as well. As he drives inside here, there's numbers everywhere. I don't think he collects the ball cleanly, but he only seemed to have one thing on his mind, just wrong foots Liam Reddy. Tucks it in that near post for 3-0, and they're cruising.
Save that seat on the plane for me, Arnie, is, I'm sure, the message by Marco Tilio.
Well, they're certainly sending out a message to the rest of the league, aren't they? A little blip last week. Come roaring back this week.
Now they break the lines. It's threaded through. Jamie McLaren on a hat-trick, of course, but he leaves it instead for Van der Ven, who wanted to get in on the scoring act, but couldn't. And he's irritated with himself that he's not managed to hit the target.
It was another flowing move, wasn't it? Great run forward here. Look at that pass. Just gets it caught behind him there, McLaren, which drags it into the path of Van der Ven.
That was Melbourne City's 17th shot of the game. Perth with just the one. Tilio. Is there a cherry on top for City? Van der Ven off the post. Leckie has his goal, and he's deserved that one. And the cherry on top arrives, courtesy of City's best player on the day. 4-0.
Well, he finally gets his goal. He's been outstanding. First on the left, then through the middle. The Harvey Norman replay shows, again, Van der Ven can't believe it. He hasn't scored himself. Back off the post. And Leckie, there in waiting, tucks it away for a well-deserved goal. And that is the cherry on top. Icing, cherry, everything you like, sprinkles. He's had it all today. Utterly dominant all day.
Yeah, an outstanding display by Matt Leckie. And it's been a really good response by Melbourne City after that frustration late on against Wellington last week. That is full time, and in truth, it could have been a few more for Melbourne City. Utterly dominant and clinical. Jamie McLaren with a double. Marco Tilio with a little reminder for Graham Arnold, and Matt Leckie as well. The three big Socceroos all on target. City equal their best ever start to an A-League campaign. 13 points from a possible 15. And they open up a lead at the top of 3 points. Glory disappointing, and they will head into their break with just the one win. Full time at Amy Park. Melbourne City 4, Perth Glory 0.